Welcome back to another week, I guess week 3 of the WLTCG podcast. I'm Sam. I'm Joel.
I'm
that
Sam.
Dude's Sam.
And I'm
Roderick.
not Sam.
No, he is not Sam 3, Roderick.
Sam 3, The Return of Sam's Pizza. Now in theaters.
So, I guess since we're recording this Sunday, kind of mid-afternoon, we were lucky enough to get 2 new spoilers. One spoiler that we've been waiting on. Do we want to start off with Perfect Loki or wait till the end?
Let's do him last since he was the most recent thing.
Okay.
And we can definitely talk a long time about him.
And what we
man.
could do is we could blast through the spoilers, like talk about what they do, and then come back and talk about our feelings for each card. Because I know there's some cards on this list that we got a lot of things to say about, like Loki.
Oh yeah, Loki's going to be nuts. So, Sam, do you want to start off with the Chimimi card?
Okay, you want to show it to me?
I will show it to you. Here you go.
Okay, so Chimimi's new card, which is its High God, is Shiva, God of Destruction. It's 5 costs with 2 green, 1 red, 2 void. It's an 8/8, so weak stats for the costs. But at the beginning of the game, you can reveal this card from outside the game and keep it revealed until end of game. Now, FYI, in case anyone is interested, you can reveal up to 4 copies of this from your extra deck, from your sideboard. Then you can rest 3 recovered Mimi tribes you control. If this card is revealed outside the game, and if you control a wind and fire magic stone, you put it into the field and play this ability only during your main phase. Enter, destroy 3 other J/Resonators at random. Whenever this card destroys a Resonator, put a +1/+1 counter on this card equal to the destroyed Resonator's total cost.
So I guess the important thing is that also, even though you could reveal all 4 of them, you still have to pay for all of them individually. So I saw there was some confusion on that on the Facebook page. But man, imagine how busted that would be if you could pay for all 4 of them at once.
I would like that a lot.
Oh, that'd be so good.
And then they just kill themselves.
Yeah, they'll just kill themselves.
But it nukes the board.
Oh,
Probably.
Yeah. The whole board's dying, dude.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, they can't kill themselves if I played Minerva beforehand.
Yeah, true.
So now there's a chance you could wipe your opponent's board.
I was like this with the Chimimi Resonator, just so I can sit there, and if I have one of them out, and that's my only other Resonator, she can't kill herself.
Oh, yeah.
Chimimi has Eternal, and then if I hit probably at least 2 of their things, hey, it's value.
I mean, you gotta have at least 2 other Chimimis.
Oh, yeah, true. So I just have 3 Chimimis. Well, 2 Chimimis and then the J-Ruler.
3 Berserker Chimimis.
So I rest 3 Chimimis to bring out Chimimi's High God. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it just Chimimis? Or
No, it's Mimi Tribe.
okay.
But Chimimi is a Mimi Tribe member.
And for some reason, I'm thinking it was just Resonators.
No, you rest 3 recovered Mimi tribe you control.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I can do
man.
the J-Ruler.
That's pretty good. So all you do need is 2 Berserkers.
Sorry, I can do the Ruler.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, Eagle Me is just a fantastic card. Just straight up. For literally every reason.
Just...
Yeah.
Man, I feel
no
like
argument.
Chimimi's just going to be super aggro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's meant to be a giant beat stick kind of deck. Not necessarily going fast, but building wide and building tall, and then just going me, and then your life points is 0. That's the whole point of the archetype.
I was just talking about it, or not talking about it, but thinking about it, like just how nutty this set would be if they reprint the Dual Stones.
I want them to. Let the cluster go out with a bang. Just like, hey, if everything's broken, nothing's broken. So.
And then our next cluster is going to be like, what is this? Why play the new cluster when we could just play all this bonkers shit?
No, then they give us actual dual stones next cluster, and then we're like,
Yeah.
Consistent.
I don't need a room
I'm
deck
pretty
anymore.
confident saying that we're going to get dual stones in the next
I'm pretty
set.
sure it's going to go like, wow, DBV is OP. There's no way they could top this going into New Ataraxia. And then like the first spoiler they show, we're like, oh, well, screw DBV. That set never existed. That was small time stuff. Going from Grim to Alice, people are like, I wonder what they would do that's new. Have you ever played a card for free? Tell me more.
The Return of Zero Cost Regalia.
No. They,
Nah, that's something they don't need to do.
they've learned their lesson, but they could still be very powerful.
Oh, maybe Forza will learn their lesson, but not I Spy.
True. We'll have to see.
I Spy could be like, oh
Levitain
man,
wasn't a mistake. Let's just bring it back.
I wonder why Forza Will Company banned Levitain. Let's bring that back.
Let's
real
bring it back
quick.
just to see how it pales in comparison to the other cards. Oh, it's still a 2-turn
Immediate
OTK. Got
3
it.
in my main deck and 1 in the side.
Jesus
Immediately.
Christ.
But yeah. Moving on to the next card.
Yeah. So what we're gonna go over next?
I don't know what's next.
Olithotep is the next one on this list.
Okay,
All right.
Roger.
Yeah. So Narthotep, God Devouring Messiah. For 1 red, 1 white, you get a 1000 attack, 200 defense Cthulhu/High God Resonator. She has an awakening for X. When it enters, put X Fire Moon Edition tokens into the field, and X, being the number of will you spent on that awakening. Banish a Moon Edition, prevent the next damage that would be dealt to this card this turn. Banish a Moon Edition, this being a separate ability. This card deals 800 damage to target J/Resonator. And then her third ability is to banish 9 Moon Editions, and this card gains plus 4,000 attack and defense as well as pierce until end of turn. And her last ability being this card gains precision and swiftness as long as you control a Moon Edition. So before we actually talk about the card itself, I just want to go over like how straightforward this card is. And she has 5 abilities, yet it's not like a block of text. They're just straight up banish a moon, do something broken. It doesn't waste its time telling you, hey, you're just doing overpowered shit.
We don't have Yu-Gi-Oh text this time.
Yeah, unlike Satan.
Everyone's mind is always just gonna go to Satan because it's like, hey guys, the promo puts the text as down far as we can do it. Okay, how is it compared to the regular art? Nothing's different.
Oh yeah, the
It's
fucking
too big of a
picture-
text.
the fucking
In
picture
all
we got
honesty,
was
the
blurry.
regular art looks like it's more Yu-Gi-Oh text looking than the promo.
Yeah.
Even though like the promo, all it does is compresses it so you don't see it as much, but
You
like
still see it just as much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Like they're like, yeah, it's like when they did BFA Machina.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, here's a bullet, we put the text at the bottom, and we just looked at it and we're like, the entire art is gone. I can't see Machina.
have you
fucking
seen
hate the
Ascended
BFA.
Prisia? And how much text is on that?
All right.
Because first they have to tell you, oh, this is also this name as well as this name, and then all her other effects, and then her God's art.
But yeah, I like how straightforward it is, but then like,
The -9, but the 9 moon ability.
That's the game ender right there.
That's gonna
and
be.
it's so easy.
I know,
Like,
you're
that's my
just
only
supposed to
problem.
moon so
Like the
fast.
more stuff that we see, the worse I feel about like ISIS in general. Just because like if they have an ISIS on board, this is like a turn 4 kill that your opponent can't do a whole lot to stop.
Yeah, what I believe is gonna have to happen is black is gonna be maining a lot of stone destruction. So like as soon as red gets their 1 light stone, like, no, I'm fucking
but
banishing that.
They
light
don't even need the
stone.
light stone. You just have additions for that. You don't play
Yeah.
light stones in that deck.
You legitimately, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like
Oh,
some
yeah, 'cause
other
the
reason why
fucking
you would run
giant
light,
pitches, too.
but like you could legit just run this as like a fire core deck, like just fire, and then the only reason you would need light is just to play Narlathotep and maybe like 1 light rune in your
Yeah.
rune area, and then like that's another thing is pretty consistent. So like for the Isis Resonator, all she needs is red, and then you go search out Narlathotep, and it immediately makes the light source for you to then play the Narlathotep because you probably already have another Moon Edition out by now. Then you pay to play Narlathotep, ignoring all her activating inner abilities. She already has precision and swiftness because you control the Moon Edition. So even if all else fails, you just gank for 1,000 at their face.
You know what I hope we get in this set? What was the old chant that we had? That's like if you it's like destroy like an edition or something, but if it was torrented, destroy all editions.
That was
Heavenly
Gust.
Yeah,
Heavenly Gust. We needed that back.
Yeah, I'm okay with that card coming back.
Because there's so many editions now.
Yeah.
That's
There-
like
Well, our people have already mentioned it before, and I think we've mentioned it here as well. Altar still exists, even going into this fourth
Yeah.
set. That is still a card. I think it's going to get overshadowed a little bit by some of the bonkers we see here. But the problem is with Altar, there's nothing stopping you from going run OP strategy from DBV plus Altar. And then, wow, what do you know? You get an overpowered deck that is very hard to deal with because destroying Alter effectively is pretty hard because you have to do it early. And if you don't do it early and you do it late, you're going to go, I'm going to kill it. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and sack it right now and go get value off of it. Good job. Lawrite it exists.
Yeah.
Fuck Lawrite. But
there's just those moons, man.
And what's crazy, if you have extra will floating and you know your opponent can't stop the enter, you just cycle through will. So like if I have four will open, I could just straight up cast all, use all the will, cast her with Awakening of 2, and then get 2 of that will back. And the only difference between that and just playing her normally is that going into my next turn, I have 2 additional moons to make will with. So she's just value all around. And God forbid if you play her and you Awakening for 8 or something.
It's the ultimate late game.
Yeah.
Because all you need is you play her, you tap 4 additions for the Awakening, you put in 4 more, you play the rune that gets you 1, you swing, they do anything, you just remove 9.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, congrats on a 5,042, swing at your face. Like,
no, this is when
you can block and it's not going to do anything.
Black just needs to be I sack my altar that has 5 things on it for Lorite.
Hey, if it stops you from losing, then you gotta do what you gotta do. And one of the things that makes this so weird is that there are effects that just say destroy, which would be very good against her. But if you try to kill her through damage, that ain't working.
No, you gotta be pushing through a lot of fucking damage.
Yeah, plus, I actually don't know why she has Pierce, to be honest with you, because she can just burn a J Resonator for 800 damage. That's already kind of nutty. That's already kind of...
Maybe you don't want to spend your moons.
I guess so, yeah, but
you're already sacking 9.
And yeah, at that point, they're we want you to, get in big damage. And, life gain doesn't help you a whole lot from that, because you could technically survive, but let's see, with Brunhild going what is it, Whispers of an Angel, and then the one that gains 1,000 life, I can't remember what that's called, but that's 5,800.
Yeah,
if they took no damage and the only damage they took was from Naruto, they're at 800 life now. And so
hell, you're not even afraid to beat through an Oburuzuki at this point that removes 2 of their fresh blood counters or whatever the hell it's called. I have double life link. You're okay, cool. I'm at 4,000 with Pierce.
5,000.
Or 5,000 with Pierce.
Let's see.
But at that point, Oburuzuki would just have to tap to destroy.
Yeah.
That's the
also,
only
they can't do that if they bring it out with Alter.
Also consider this.
Oh, yeah.
Consider this. I was thinking about this, and I'm pretty sure it works this way. So, and I was thinking about the Oburuzuki, I was that's pretty much the way they save their ass. If I swing 5,000 and they block with Oburuzuki with 2 drain triggers, they battle, and with Pierce.
Yeah.
Damage is being dealt to Oburuzuki and to the opponent. Won't the opponent die before drain resolves?
Yeah.
So.
Oh shit, that doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. I was doesn't that not help them? So they would have to gain life before that happens. But also, another problem is that if we get dual stones, I'm siding in 2 to 3 Minerva for the cases where my opponent can actually just fuck up the strategy, because the Loki that we're going to talk about, I think is pretty effective. It stops being effective once Nalitotep hits once we start going to mid or late game. But if someone's trying to go for jamming in quick and easy damage, they go cool, -10 to your board, and then just throw all that shit away. So I think that the strategy is very powerful, but I don't think you could scrub your way through a smart player, because they're going to go, he's going to try to gank me. So sack Layla. Go ahead. I'm a swing. I'm a life-severing blade the shit out of that. And then we just put an end to that. Then you start getting your Oburizukis. Then you start sacking all them counters, swinging in for drain. So.
But I feel like Naruto is going to be the bane of scrubs that
Yeah.
doesn't know how to play around it.
Yeah, they're like, okay, sure, swinging for 1,000, that's fine. What does that other ability do? All on block, by the way. But what's the other ability do? Hey, can I take that back?
It wouldn't matter at that point. They're
Yeah.
already dead.
No.
Like, yeah, sure, you can block it. I block it. Okay, you lose. I block with my 8/8. Okay.
Why? Why you do this to me?
Okay, you take 42. Prevent the damage that my resonator takes. Okay. You take 42.
Oh shit.
There's too much you could just keep.
He's like,
It's
only
like-
comprehending. It's 42.
Like kind of just like her effects. It's pretty just straightforward to think about all the shit you could do with her. Not much to say besides you kill your opponent.
Yeah, it's literally like sack something, do something.
Yeah.
Sack something, do something else.
So
Good
what
shit.
would be the next one?
So, yeah.
I think I have Surtur as my next one.
Okay.
So
Mine isn't in the same order as yours, so if
Okay.
you want to go to Surtur, then you can.
Well, I'm gonna go to a card that I could talk about.
All right.
Because I don't talk about red cards.
Fair enough. Which one you want to talk about?
Yeah, save Loki for last. I guess we go for the final act.
All right.
Ironically, not being the final card, but so final act, 1 blue, 2 void, divinity 2, chant rune. You may pay 2 void less to play this card if you control Deus Ex Machina, God of Machines. As an additional cost to play this card, remove any number of counters from entities you control. Destroy target non-magic stone, non-machine entities with total cost equal to the number of counters removed this way. First thing first, it should have been RFG, not destroyed.
That's one thing. And I just noticed something else. It has to be equal to the number of counters removed that way.
Yeah.
Cannot be less than.
Which is kind of weird.
It kind of
but-
makes sense because the likelihood of you removing more than what you need.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. And then if you're hitting something at 0 cost, then
You just remove 0.
yeah,
Zero.
you just remove 0.
I don't like. I feel like this card isn't nearly as good as the last two that we saw, just simply because it's not quick cast.
No.
So you can't kill something on their turn. You have to wait till your main phase. You can't RG something. You're destroying it, so they can make sure you can't destroy it.
Or
but
they
then-
get their grave effects.
Yeah, they get the grave effects, or if they're like, "Hey, you know, what, in response, I'll just bounce it back to my hand, and once you're done with your turn, I'll just play it again."
Yeah.
So- well, then you get your enter or whatever you want again. So, especially compared to the other two, it's not nearly as good.
No.
And as a chant in general, I just don't think it's going to be a great card because a 3 cost destroy something is an okay card. A 3 cost pay counters to destroy something just doesn't seem as good, especially when you have like, oh, if I have Lance out, it's like I don't even pay mana, I just pay 3 and I instantly kill a resonator. It's like, yeah, this can hit additions, but like,
And J rulers.
and J rollers.
Yeah.
Okay, J rollers is a big thing, but besides that, it's just like,
I have a feeling we're going to need to hit J rulers coming soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's ironic because there's a lot of shit right now that hits J rulers. Like all the giants so far just say, "Hey, do you have a J ruler?" No, you don't. No,
Or
you
some
don't.
of them like we could rest that. We'll tap that. It's like-
we'll just rust this, and you just don't get it back, and you're like, what? He's like, don't worry about it.
or they're just like
Swing
I'm
for
gonna
lethal?
straight up kill it.
You know, that blue giant, even though he doesn't kill it, that resting a J ruler is pretty
it
nasty
doesn't
because it
untap.
doesn't attack and it doesn't call for stone. That's brutal. That's very brutal.
If I learned anything from my time with distortion of time, it's that if a J roller doesn't recover, I'm winning.
Oh, dude, that's so much tempo loss. If like,
What I love is
That's
like
so
all the
good.
times where like if they have a J roller and if you can consistently just keep on discarding a giant every other turn, you just lock them out of the game. You're just like, you can't call for stone. I'm not
So
gonna
what
let
you're
that thing
saying,
die.
We need a card, at least for blue, that says at the end of your turn, put a card from your graveyard into your hand.
like
Yeah.
the only cool thing about Final Act is it's not 1/1 counters.
Yeah.
But
So
that's
it would be
still-
cool if it was quick cast. I like it a little bit more just so that way if they went to kill your Arthur that has like a bunch of different random token
Mhm.
like names on them,
Yeah,
you can just remove all the names and kill something.
but it's not quick cast. So you can't.
Yeah, that's
do
what I'm
it
saying.
in
Like if it
response.
was quick cast, it'd be great. But since it's not, it's just like I'm gonna kill like your entire board. It's like I really wish I could respond to this, but I can't. So that's okay. All my counters are gone. Now this card is useless.
It's just a.
Yeah,
I
at
wish
least
it was
with,
better.
yeah, at least with like the other ones, like it was consistent. Like,
But look at it this way: blue now has a way to actually destroy a J ruler. So if all else fails, if you ever run to a situation where like J rulers really are just giving you like the hurting, and you really need to kill it, then this is an option. And
but-
you're already running Deus Ex Machina in machines. There's no way you're not going to run that card in machines. You
but
pay
it's
one.
also just like how many J rulers like flip, like Gil flips can't target it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't kill Gil.
Brunia
the-
flips.
It's like okay, that's one.
Isis is going to flip now.
Oh yeah, Isis. Why would
Well-
you flip when you just have gnarly? Like you just play a gnarly,
Yeah.
so you win the game. Like why do
Now
I
they're
need
like,
to
oh,
flip?
I'm gonna wipe your board. They're like, all right, fuck it.
Play Isis, Judgment Isis. Like now have all my additions to tap for will.
Yeah.
Um,
Hell,
I
at that
guess-
point, you could also run Allosaurus to gain swiftness.
Yeah.
I guess Chimimi sometimes
Yeah.
flip.
Sometimes, but if I'm flipping with like
You're-
as a Chimimi
yeah.
player, whenever I flip with Chimimi, 99% of the time I'm either already losing, it's my only play, or I'm going to beat your head in this one.
And this isn't a quick cast.
Yeah, so it's just like
So-
I'm going to my turn. I'll Judgment Chimimi, and you're like, I really wish I could kill it, and I just go, okay, I'll swing. My disciples is swinging for 13 in the air.
And you look at your rune deck to see the final act, and you're like, "Hello, darkness, my
My
old
old
friend."
It's like, it's like okay. In response,
I've
I'll
come
give my
to
like,
cry with you again.
I'll give my Machina a +2, so that way it's a 12/12. It's like okay, block. Okay, dies. Like I gain like 13 life. I assume with everything else I have on my board, like
I'm a skyfall the shit out of that
No.
disciples before you gain the effects.
It's just like a subpar card.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
so. Going back to Surtur, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they printed 2 Surters in one cluster.
Yeah. I didn't even pay attention to the name until you're like, yeah, the new Surtur. I was like, new Surtur. Well, that's the name.
But
Yeah,
why
I didn't
wasn't
pay
the old
attention.
Surtur a giant?
He is a giant.
He is.
He
I
is.
thought
So-
he was just
so-
a
So
sand.
so
I
he's-
looked up when I was looking up the races, he popped up and I was like,
I thought he
oh.
was just a sand.
No.
Sand Giant.
It, also, his
Sand
name
slash
says
giant.
Surtur the Sand Giant. So the race on Surtur 1.0 is Sand/Giant. Surtur the Explosion Giant, which is the card we're looking at now, is Giant/Sand.
It's different, guys. It's totally different.
They want you to know the priorities here.
Oh jeez.
And when Sand Dragon was ruled to be Dragon Sand.
Yeah, because someone at the company was like, "Oh right, we printed this card."
Anyway, so Surtur.
All right, so do you want me to read it or are you gonna read it?
I mean, you would. You're the right guy.
Alright, fuck you, I'm sure.
I'm
All right.
saving up for Loki.
So Surtur the Explosion Giant, it costs 3 fire, 4 void, 1800 attack, 1200 defense. It's a giant/sand resonator, like we said before. It's got swiftness, so I already like that. Barrier to total cost 4 or less, and has enter. Put 2 Fire Moon Edition tokens into the field. This card deals 400 damage multiplied by the number of Moon Editions you control to target J/Resonator. And it also has an ability, pay 2 fire, 1 void, and discard this card from your hand. Put 2 Fire Moon Edition tokens into the field. This card deals 400 damage multiplied by the number of Moon Editions you control, target J/Resonator, same as the enter. This shit's good. I'm running 4 in my Isis deck simply because it's ramp, removal, and a good body late game if I cast it. I don't see how this is a bad card.
It's a good fucking card, dude. Just its
Late
its
game.
fast
Late
ability.
game. Isis plays this big game, man. Like you're just like, oh, I have 4 of these. I have 3 stones. Like tap 4 additions, tap 3 stones, play this dude, and his enter gets 2 more, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like
then it
create
deals
2 more.
damage after
Yeah, then it
it
deals damage.
2 more, deal 2k.
Like you're gonna have
The
a
likelihood
fuck
of this
ton
thing surviving is like 99% it's gonna die, 1% is gonna live because you got Johns, you can get some other stuff. But
It's
and
like
then
no-
I can,
and
I
it's
can hit
J-Res.
J-Rulers.
All the Giants just say fuck J rulers. Loki is very hell bent on saying your J ruler does not have a place in this meta. But like at first, when I first saw this card, I was like, I'm never gonna hardcast this ever. And so that I still partially stand by that. But like I said, after looking at just how much will you can make if you're playing the deck at least half decent, there are probably times where you could just get away with just throwing him on the field and going, I mean, I have an 18-12 with barrier to 4 or less, so
That's most kill
You either
spells.
play a 5 cost or above and target him, or you have to play a non-targeting thing. And if that's the only thing on your board, and then if they have to waste a field wipe just to kill this guy, then that's just one less thing that you have
Yeah.
to worry about.
yeah.
Then the next turn, then you just go Cinder's Invasion. And like, hey, like my board's back.
Unless
and
your
you
opponent
pass.
just goes
So
up
I'm
and,
glad
yeah.
you mentioned that. I tested Sandor's Invasion with the new Isis core You do not want to see an Isis and Nyarlathotep hit the field at the same time off of one invasion. The game ends right there.
What was it? It was so my thought, because as a non-ISIS player, I just was like randomly thinking about stuff. So turn one, you play the rune, you get one.
Yeah,
so
and
one
you
addition.
draw a card, easy.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot about the draw card.
Yeah,
Even better.
yeah.
So turn 2, you play a 2 cost, right? Two cost to 2 cost. You play it, you swing 6, whatever.
Yeah.
Turn 3, you play Isis, so you get another one. So you have 2. Before untap during your 4th turn, tap 2, cheating Welser, untap, tap for stone, pay the 4, place in Rose Invasion. You get a bunch of Gnarlies, other Isises, anything else.
You can hit 50% efficiency and still win.
Yeah. You're just like, if I hit at least one Gnarly, one Isis off the top, and like 2 1 costs, I'm probably just going to win this game right now.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
that 2 cost you mentioned, just play Piggy.
Yeah.
Literally, here's your stone
That'd
lineup,
be
unless
great.
we see new stones. Here's your stone lineup. 4 Dragon Ore, 4 No Magic Stone, 2 of whatever the hell else Fire Magic Stone kind of thing you want. And the only reason we had the No Magic Stone is because black is important to play 2 to 3 cards. I noticed, first off, the moment they see you dropping Isis, they are 100% going to kill it if they have the option. There is no doubt in my mind. In response to that enter, they are blowing her the fuck up. Command of Life and Death. Easy. 2, Look of Corruption. Getting shit out of their hand. I mean, that's always good. 3, you could run Power of Immortality in the rune deck. If you run No Magic Stone, so like if you had the stone up and they're like, I'm going to kill it. And you're like, no, you ain't. Comes back and you go search for another Gnarly and get another moon. And then they hate their life. What was I going to say? So Piggy, counters, swings, you win. And especially if you give like Nyarlathotep flying, which is completely unnecessary, but that just guarantees that they're going to lose. But yeah, for the Giant himself though, 3 for +2 will.
And 800 damage at minimum.
Yeah, 800 damage minimum. That's good. Then if you run, what's that card called? I was talking about the other day. It's the light rune that gets you a resonator back from.
Yeah, I forget the name.
It's like get 1 resonator back to your hand, or if it's
Soul Resonance.
Or
Yeah, Soul Resonance. Get 1 resonator from grave to hand, or get 3 heroic spirits.
Yeah,
but you just need 1 of him, or 1 of Gnarly, or 1 of Isis, whichever one you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And another curve you can do is actually don't play Isis on curve. On turn 3, leave up at least 3 will. Either on your opponent's turn, your turn, whenever you see something you don't like, you throw him, gain 2, deal 800 plus damage, come back into your turn, then play Isis, then produce 1 light, get him back, and then do it again, and then get more moons, and then bring in Nyarlathotep, cycle whatever will you have left to make more moons. I'm pretty sure you're going to be at 9 or something like that by that point.
Yeah.
Without counting.
Red's gotten too much ramp, man. They have ramped far too fast.
But the company has held their point. They said light would have ramped this cluster. They held their point.
They held their point, but I didn't want red to get the ramp.
No.
Green red with ramp was bad. So any color with red that has ramp is always going to be a bad thing.
You're right. And the company was like, we didn't say we wouldn't. We just said we would do it a certain way.
I just wanted to be tree. I just wanted to stop at tree. Tree was good. We had a little tiny sprout that made 3 will just white. It was great. And then now they make moons that do red and white. I think that because Isis, its moons produce red and white, right?
Yeah.
If it only produced white, I'd be a
It
little
has
bit...
to be a Fire Moon
Fire Moon edition.
I believe it has
But
to be
all
a Fire
these
Moon
are
edition.
tokens
Yeah,
Fire
Fire
Moon
Red.
editions.
Yes.
But still, like, if it only produced white, I'd be a little bit more okay with it. But the fact that it produces red, I'm always afraid of red. Red with lots of mana is never good.
Because they have big things that are very scary. They're like, oh man, it's just red.
Sorry, Moon editions. It doesn't specify fire.
Right,
That's
that's what I was
fucking
gonna
worse.
mention. So you play this in K. You play Isis in K4.
Oh,
I'm kidding,
no.
because it has to have the subtype Isis to produce.
Yeah,
the will.
your J ruler has
Yeah.
to be Isis.
But you can play
Jesus
other
Christ.
moon editions.
yeah.
so bad.
There's
You
a
can
lot
play
of
the big.
Just
machine
imagine
moon.
if they didn't have the text additions there.
Oh, right,
Just
never
imagine
mind.
if they didn't have the text additions there. There's like, 2 other moons in the cluster right now for fire? Because there's the one moon that whenever it leaves, period, it just
Nukes.
blows up the
Oh
board.
yeah, I remember that one.
I think there's one other moon.
Was
Possibly.
there? I don't remember that big.
Nah,
moon.
that was it. There was a
Okay.
nerd card I was thinking of, but it's not Moon.
Yeah, it would be kind of funny to see a 2-cost 0/15 that can just tap for red or white. That would be
Jesus
funny.
Christ.
But
Like,
It's
can
a
I-
115. It's got attack stats, and it can gain flying with 1 red.
No. I was talking about the
The machine moon.
Oh right,
The
okay.
2-cost one.
Oh, shit.
From way back when.
That's a
You know,
beefy mana.
the flying moon that's in the sky that doesn't have flying.
Yeah, like
nor
I'll
does it
swing
have
my
a
flyer.
way.
My moon will block it. No, I flew over your moon. You're like, how did you fly over the? You ain't no cow.
I hope.
I don't get
Spy-
that. Why does everything that should have flying not have flying? But then
Wasn't it like one of the new spoilers? It has something with wings and it flies, and we were just blown away.
Yeah, I think
Was
I
that
brought
last
that
week?
up.
no card will ever disappoint me, like aesthetic wise, in terms of like the art representing what it does, than Ray and Zero.
Oh my
How
God.
does Ray not have
No.
flying?
It's so much bullshit because Ray as an owl doesn't fly, but when it flips into Zero, it's literally Lolly Zero holding onto the feet of Ray, and she now has flying. So
No
did
questions asked.
So did the owl not know how to fly without a lolly grabbing onto its legs?
That ain't the problem. It's flying in the art.
It's so bad.
So just remember, there are plant vines that can block a flyer, but a giant moon cannot. Never forget this.
We just need to hope that our new lords and saviors, I Spy, fixes this problem of
So they just
flyers.
strap wings to everything. Literally everything inside.
So they're like,
everything.
hey, didn't we want to put fly on this thing? It was like, I just like doodle on some wings. So it looks bad. Yeah, it has wings though. They can't complain. So I guess the next card. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll read the next one.
Okay.
Whoa.
We got Steam colors. So we got blue, red, 1 void. Genshi Tensen, God of Flame. It's an 8/8. So pretty good stats for a 3-cost. Enter. Gain a Dragon Emblem Fire or Dragon Emblem Water. So we're finally learning how to get these. And if your J ruler is Fuji or Fuji King of
Kunlun.
Kunlun, okay. Gain both instead.
That's just
So laureate this ability if you get the chance, always. Or Keys' Call or Ardenite Blade. Yeah, that's
good.
it.
Yeah, well, just read the
Erendite,
rest.
yeah.
Erendite. And as long as you control a fire, Dragon Emblem Fire, this card gains if a fire source you control would deal damage, it deals that much plus 400 instead.
Boy.
Continue reading.
As long as you control a Dragon Emblem Water, this card gains at the end of your turn draw a card. So red drawing card bad. Red pushing damage a lot bad. So I thought that like Isis is bad for the fact that it can ramp. This thing it just goes turn 3 you play
Fushi is
this
just
guy.
like-
If they do not cancel his enter, I'm just playing turn 4. I'm playing the dragon. I get Dragon Vermilion. And for the rest of the game, I have all these online. So I got the 2-drop. That's a quick cast. That's a 10/10 with swiftness. Right?
That
Yeah.
rests your
Why is that
opponent's
quick
entire
cast?
board.
We don't know. It just does.
No, because so it could just flash in and rest your opponent's board.
Right.
That's what it does.
I'll swing at you. It's like I'll go into combat and you're like, no. My turn. Yeah, swing. Why have you done this? So yeah, you just play him. Then you get turn 4.
just
Dragon
so good.
Vermilion.
Now we
you
have a
everything
reason
online.
to play
And-
Fuji.
And is it just red source that does damage?
Yeah.
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 So it's
like-
resonators, additions,
Yeah,
chants,
runes.
runes.
I don't think y'all understand. My Scalding Breath went from 700 to 1100 damage for 2 will.
No, dude. Fucking Stinger into your new.
So first off,
Spyro.
Stinger's going to do 600 damage
Yeah.
initial. Then, but you can't. So actually, technically, if you could produce blue somehow, you could run this in Isis to use a spiral. First off, if you pull that off, you're not going to make many friends at locals. Second, what are you hitting that survives the poison stinger being a 600 damage hit initially, and then you spiral? So like then spiral is going to do that much plus 400, so you add the plus 4 to so 14, and then times 2 is 28. Just fuck you. Just
That's a lot of damage.
28.
fucking
So then
going
28
to-
minus
whatever the hell their defense is.
plus 400.
Yeah.
Just
Why?
kill.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know
all
how
you-
you're gonna do this, but you just kill.
No, it's like
Oh, yeah. You
No,
would have to
dude.
play just blue. Yeah.
Shooting Star Dragon. Now does 24 on enter.
I put it onto the board. Die.
I do a 24.
Just see I just carry around like pebbles and I just like throw it at it. I'm like, it's dead. It will not survive. It is dead.
Hey, and that's actually legit since Fuji's the dragon guy. Having a thing on. Oh
But it's just like the fact that it boosts up what the dragon does. The dragon doesn't do 800 at the beginning of your turn.
No.
It does 1200.
Yeah.
So everything on your board is plus 12, plus 12.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that-
no.
with-
Because if this is going off,
So
you're
dragons
having
naturally
both
12,
effects.
right?
Yeah.
So swing
He
24 in
already
the air.
beefy.
24 in the air. Just immediately, without question, at the beginning of the turn, it's now 24. I'm swinging at you for 24 in the air. If you put down Neo Berserk, you swing with him.
Oh my god.
You got
that's a
game 100%.
400.
So first
They
off,
do not have a
actually-
flyer blocker or
No,
way to kill.
it's 2800. Because remember, him attacking
Right,
you is
right.
dealing
Is it-
damage.
I
Yeah.
said he's swinging for 24. I didn't say he was
Yeah.
going to deal 24. I'm swinging as a 24-24 with the possibility of dealing 28. But you just play Neo Berserk, you swing.
Bushi just on his
Does
own.
plus 1400 to his stats.
If
He is
get a
lethal.
we just need blue source, man.
He is literally just lethal on himself by then. You go, okay, I'll
I
just
am
block the
dead.
Neo Berserk, and you just go, okay, I'll just swing for
He says, "I am death. Hear me roar."
Gargoyle.
I
Kill.
came, I saw, I
Imagine
conquered.
if Fuji could flip and go get that mountain dragon, the 2000 attack one.
Jesus.
But I guess they said, "Oh, hold up now, whoa, whoa."
But at least you can get the Vermilion Dragon.
Vermilion
And you can-
Thunder
it's a
Dragon's
follow-up.
also still a good option because first off, if
Neo
you-
Berserk, you're right, thank you.
I mean, all of those are good. Neo Berserk, you
Neo
actually
Berserk
don't-
for sure just wipes board at that
Yeah.
point.
You swing, it's gonna wipe their board. Even if they block it, like, it's wiping their board, you're boosting yourself up, like, things just die.
Let me see, with Vermilion on field, if you play Flame Dragon Summoning from Maroon area, and Genshi Tenshin on field, of course, 12 to Vermilion now becomes 24-24. You search for Thunder Dragon, enter, target Vermilion for 1200, pitch a card, is now 36,
Yeah.
and then swing for game. Actually, yeah, just
Yeah.
don't even need Thunder Dragon to actually swing, just swing for game.
You swing for game, and then if they're like, okay, I have to block this or I die, then you swing with it.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, now I'm just gonna swing for 9. You can guarantee the 9.
13, Genshi.
Sorry, 13.
And then
And then
swing
you
with
swing-
Genshi. And
Yeah,
then
swing with
that's
Genshi,
12.
and then you're just like 12. So I swung for, what, you said 13? So 25?
Yeah.
So 25 means they pass. It's just like, if you do not kill my entire like board by the next turn, everything gets plus 12, and you die. Just-
Have you ever seen a Venomous Scorpion swing into a Resonator for 1400 damage? Because that's what's going to happen if you run Venomous Scorpion with Genshi Tenshin.
No,
So
like, that's why I
strong.
hate you play this with
Wait,
Sandworm.
what's stopping you from running Sandora's Invasion in Fuji? The card doesn't
Nothing's
specify
gonna
a ruler.
fucking stop. 'Cause
Holy
it's a free
mother
cost.
God.
So you have him on the board. Then turn 4 you play Sandora's Invasion. So you get
Nah, dude, you gotta get your 1-drop mana dork so you could do this turn 3 Sandora's Invasion.
stop it. So you go like just generic stuff is just gonna be like Sandworm, so it's gonna be dealing 7.
Yeah.
You got
The new lady. Or really anything you want, really.
yeah, no, New Lady's like really good because she'll be swinging.
Yeah.
As a
She's
10
gonna
10 dealing 14.
guarantee everything's gonna
no, hold
swing.
up. Hold up. Wait.
So then you also then your third one can just be what's that beast?
Lady
called?
Huang is her name, by the way.
What's the eruptive fin?
Yeah.
Oh, eruptive and not good.
Swing for
Shit.
13, or as a 9/9 dealing 13, just with 2 things attacking, plus him. Okay, now you're swinging for 14. Like you can basically get lethal, or close
If
to
you
lethal.
grab him off the top.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't think my strategy would work.
What? So I can guarantee.
So- What I was going to do was Sandora's Invasion, get a 1-drop, be Sandworm, whatever. 2-drop, be Lady Huang. 3-drop, be Genshi Tenshin. Genshi Tenshin, enter, gain a Dragon Emblem Water, and then Lady Huang, enter, rest all J Resonaires your opponent controls. The problem is, I don't think it'll work that way because she only gains the enter if you control a Dragon Emblem Water, but she might miss timing to gain that enter since she's already hit the field and the Dragon Emblem Water doesn't exist yet. If you see here. It'd be different if it said enter, rest all J Resonaires your opponent controls, as long as you control Dragon Emblem Water, if that was just the whole ability, but the fact that it says it gains that as long as you control a Dragon Emblem
Yeah,
water.
and I would say it doesn't have it
Yeah.
because it only gains that text if you meet that specific thing.
And they already hit the field.
Yeah. So what's the notes card? Because we already know that's broken.
Okay,
Or that's
so-
Oh,
has
Lady
possibility.
Huang's at 10-10 when you control a Vermilion Dragon Emblem.
That's what I
Really?
said. Like a 10-10 swing.
Oh,
to
well,
go 14.
okay, so,
Okay.
okay, never mind. Never mind, that's just murder.
So I guess
Yeah.
I'll go over the new light rune that we got. What is that? Light of Keranos?
Yeah, Light of Keranos.
Light of
I was
Kronos.
gonna look up.
One
facts.
light, 2 void, divinity 3, chant rune. You may pay 2 less void to play this card if you control Alice, Zeus incarnate. So just a 1-drop
Man,
light.
this card is nuts.
This card is gonna be bonkers. I love it. Discard any number of cards. This card deals X
100.
damage divided as you choose to any number of J resonators where X is equal to the combined total cost of cards discarded this way. Then draw cards equal to the number of cards discarded this way.
This card is nuts for at least 3 reasons. Reason 1. Very few people have mentioned this, but this card doesn't target.
Wait,
This
what?
card does not target. Read the text. This card deals X hundred damage divided as you choose to
Oh
any
my
number of J
God.
resonators. This card does not target. That's 1. 2. It cycles your hand
Yeah.
while
I didn't even
dealing
realize
damage.
it didn't target.
3. It puts Alice online. And with Alice on the field, it costs 1. Bonkers.exe.
Jesus
What the heck do
Christ.
you need to know about this?
Motherfucker.
Doesn't target. Oh my gosh, there's so many things I
Yeah.
can do with this now.
Y'all didn't know? Y'all didn't.
Dude, you gotta be playing fucking the rabbit roulette deck now. Dude, discard all the giants.
Oh no!
It has barrier though. Doesn't matter. It's dead. It
And then
dies.
because you're playing the Atom Stone,
Gil does not like this card because now
Oh,
we
no,
actually have a
dude.
way to actually deal damage to him. So you're like, I'll swing.
all the
Oh
giants
wait, White
are
doesn't have a way to
huge.
kill me. I'll block. Yeah, I dealt like 500 damage to you. You're okay. Do that. Dead. I'm sorry. What? Yeah.
It can target J/Slash Resonator?
Yeah.
It can choose J/Resonator. Oh, you didn't know that either.
No, I thought so, but I just had to make sure.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really want to say something stupid. Oh my gosh, killing Gil is gonna be.
It's dude, Atom roulette, man.
These
It's too bad
cards
Gil
are-
can actually cancel
you're
things.
This
already-
is a Divinity 3 card
And
for
the
a
thing
reason.
about like Atom roulette, like you have the chance of breaking with a whole bunch of big cards. Why not?
No, you don't.
Why not
No, you
discard
don't.
those big
No, you
cards
don't.
and then
You
draw them
can't.
again?
See,
You don't
that's why I
break
said like
anymore.
Machina's chant does not compare to the other two.
You can mulligan twice with this card. Think about it. If you're looking for a specific card, you go hard mull. I still didn't get it. Go into your turn, or at some point in the game, you're like, I still don't have that card in hand. Light of Keranos, pitch, deal damage, draw. You're going to find that card at some point.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Not
god.
targeting. Killing Gil.
Oh my god.
If he ever taps out, just a little bit too much.
It's over.
Oh dude, Gil needs to be careful.
I don't think
with
hitting
this play.
11 will be too hard in light
Oh
decks
no,
right now.
dude, dump 2 big cards, and that's it.
Let me see. How much does
I just want to say that like
Jump.
because of this, I now know. Thank you, Andrew, for pointing out that Koronos is a word that means thunder or lightning bolt, and apparently is also referenced as the name of Zeus's spear.
yeah.
The more you
I was
know.
actually going to bring that up as well, but I couldn't remember the person's name that
Yeah,
brought
I
it
looked
up.
up just to make sure. So I want to give him credit.
Uh,
I think he also watches this, so why not, right?
Angbroda, Giant of the Setting Sun. She is a 7 cost. So pitching that card alone is
Yeah,
700.
all the
damage.
giants are stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that's why when we get to a chant later on, I'm gonna like my favorite thing is I just go so 2 mana, you get 5 7-cost things on the board. Like why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
There's
you're already
nothing
playing
stopping
blue
me.
white if you're playing if you're playing Atom, or you just tap his stones to produce different will for runes. Yeah. It's like I also thought of this card for Wander. What was it, Charlotte's Soldier or something like that?
Yeah, you said you discarded with that one, and they're 2 costs, right?
Yeah, they're 2
So
costs.
if you were to discard like in general like 2 of them, so you discard 2, deal 4 to something, draw 2 cards.
I draw 4. because they would draw.
Right,
for
right.
themselves.
I forgot that thing draws too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You draw 4 cards.
Yeah, because the soldiers, whenever they're sent from hand to grave, I think they draw a card to replace themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
and-
talking about the
Charlotte's
yeah,
Knight or
Charlotte's Protector?
Yeah, Charlotte's Protector.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah.
So why not
Whatever it
just
was.
pay 1 to draw 4 and deal 400 to something?
Oh man.
Like even if you only hit like one of them, like you discard like 2 things, that's one of them. You draw on 3 cards. It's just like you're probably gonna kill whatever you're going after.
Yeah.
It's non-targeted.
Like you could pitch it with like a giant or something.
Yeah, pitch a giant, pitch one of the protectors, or you pitch what's his name? I forget his name. Azislov.
Oh.
Pitch my 8 cost, bring it back from the dead, pass, and they just go. It's gonna concede.
Yeah, but like I was saying about like roulette, it's just like
no,
it's so
I
good.
just thought about something. Who's our ruler? Who is our ruler for this deck?
probably Adam if you're doing Adam roulette.
Okay. Don't even run Traveler in the rune deck. Run 4 of them in the main deck because it's technically a 4-cost card that you pay 1 for because you're ruler, but you pitch it with Light of Karanos to get that full effect. Yo, that's
Oh jeez.
yo. Oh my god. And then if you're running Brunhild, you know, if those Blade of Fates ain't doing you no favors, you're like, my opponent doesn't have a board. And then just draw, and it's like,
Oh yeah,
now
they deal 400 for each.
I think that's a good card.
That is a man. Only a fucking Machina's chant rune was this good.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, I can't wait to see all of them. They're all gonna be so great. And then I read Machinas and I was like, eh.
Yeah, because I think we were talking about this like a few days ago. We're like, do you think every color's gonna get a rune?
Yeah,
for
like I
their-
brought up to you guys. I was like, it only makes sense that every
See,
color gets
who
one,
have
right?
we seen so
And-
far that does that? We know what Isis, Adam, Machina,
for the-
Hanzo, because of the green one, Kaguya's
Yeah.
cost
yeah.
2 void less.
But you named 4. I can only think of 3. Say them again.
I mentioned Isis. Hers isn't a cost reduction, but it's a option thing where if you
Oh.
control that god, you get both,
Okay.
which is Naruto-tip.
yeah.
Because it already costs 1. I can see them because that would have to be hers unless Naruto-tip gets 2 runes that reference her.
Yeah.
Uh,
That could be a thing.
Probably.
why the fuck?
Oh, I mean, Fuji could get it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at it color wise, then he's absolutely gonna get it.
Yeah.
But what would it do?
No idea.
Just more
Search your deck
dragons.
for a dragon.
Just summon dragon from deck.
It's
I-
end of days for
no,
dragons.
it probably
Oh my
be
God,
like
I
if you deck for a dragon, deal its attack to target resonator.
And if that resonator would die and has been dealt damage by this card, recover 3 magic stones.
No, we're not bringing back Sylvia.
No, dude.
I refuse.
It's sack a dragon, deal that much damage to
To your opponent.
no to like a,
Oh, if
to-
they made
no,
a bullet ball for
no to a resonator. Okay, for like a J res. If that J res died due to this effect, bring the dragon back to get the re-enter.
I mean,
Stop
that works.
this.
That works too.
Stop. Nah, stop it. Do you think
So
Mitch
just
would
like-
get the black one?
I don't think we got a black one yet, have we?
You know, we haven't had a black one yet. It's either Athenia or Satan. I would imagine
Because we got the
Athenia.
edition that
Like a-
references Athenia, but we haven't gotten a chant.
There's definitely going to be one for each god. I feel like.
I can see each color, but each god, I don't know. Well, I don't know the distribution of what color or what rarities we've seen.
Yeah.
Because then there's also some not even on the English database.
I'm going to go to the database see what we got in English so far. The reason I think that's because isn't there? Well, is that Lich? Is that no? The card that we saw, the 2 black 1 void, that was Lich himself, right?
No, I don't.
Yes.
Think, oh, it was.
So
Okay.
we
his name
haven't
is
seen
Lich.
Lich's high
Yeah.
god yet, have we? Which I'm pretty sure is going to be Athenia.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
pretty much like so many of the
and
Lich's
we
cards right now
saw-
keeps on saying if you have Athenia.
And we saw that black chant / rune that was in a different language that referenced Athenia.
Yeah.
Unless they showed it in English.
They have
But
that. They have the edition. Pretty much most of his cards reference
Mm-hmm.
Athenia now. So, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
Lich.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, it's just human resonator.
Oh, I was about to say, is it in English? But no.
No.
No,
Oh.
I wish.
We have not gotten Lich in English.
Ha. Should we talk about Lich?
Yeah, I guess we could talk about the new
Okay.
Lich card.
So I'm gonna try and do this completely off memory. Just looking at a completely different language. So it's 2 black, 1 void, 7/7. His name's Lich. He's a human resonator. I believe that first word is flying. Right.
Let's see. That's Bane, I believe.
Bane. Right. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
because Lich has Bane
Yeah,
as
he's
a
Bane.
ruler.
So yeah, it's Bane. Enter. You choose Harvest or Corrupt. Harvest, you add a Resonator from your grave to your hand. Or you choose Corrupt, which is your opponent discards a card. And then if your ruler is Lich and your J ruler is J ruler side of Lich, then you get, whenever he goes from field to grave, you get the Enter ability again. Now you can target himself.
Fun fact.
Fun facts. You can enter, have them discard a card, banish him to altar, put him back in your hand. If you so choose to.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you.
I think
And
it's
I love
a
this
solid.
ability.
I think it's a solid card, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty much. It's not bad. It's not like game breaking. It's just solid.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Rachel, but I think that's just because it's the cost and the stats.
Yeah.
But if it's whenever it leaves the board, now that's where I would have had fun.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's a persistent option.
Yeah.
And you can also do it with the likes of Alter plus Power of Immortality. You just go enter, discard a card, banish it to Alter, comes back. You have 2 triggers on the stack. You go enter, discard. So discard 3 cards so far. Banish him, put him back into your hand. Discard. Sorry, and just be back into your hand. If you so choose to.
Yeah.
But very little, you got a 7/7.
Also, quick update on the High God chant runes. Each one is going to be getting one because we have one for Odin as well. Because remember, Odin's is the one that says...
No, I meant specifically chant runes that reduce themselves by 2 void, and they only cost 1 color of their certain.
oh, that specific.
Like
Oh,
that's
okay.
like that's why I said like that specific thing is each and every color is gonna get one of those.
Oh,
I can
then
get
you
each
got
and
a
every high god getting one for themselves.
Oh, then that means if they do, like, if half of them is a J ruler cost reduction and the other half is a cost reduction, like we said, either pay 2 or I guess in Isis's case, you just get both effects. We could potentially see a rune that lets Fuji flip easier because he does cost 5, and that's
He does.
yeah.
He costs just as much as Lucifer, but Lucifer has a slightly better enter, but it has worse stats.
Yeah.
Lucifer should not cost 5.
Yeah. A lot of stuff is costed weird. Like Brunhild should cost 5 because
for
Chimimi
sure.
makes sense. Like Chimimi's cost makes 100% sense because I don't want even as a Chimimi player, I don't want to be flipping super early, like mid game. You know, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna flip this thing, swing for a game, and you're like, ah, right, 3 costs, or something like that. It's so ridiculous. But yeah, like Lucifer for that kind of stat line. Like I feel like 5 for the ender was good, but it should have been at least an 8-10.
And then you got Loki, which judgments for 3.
And the J ruler side is bad until we got perfect Loki.
yeah.
Until.
So what would be the next card? It would either. I think we're down to 1, 2, 3 cards left.
Okay.
Do you want to go over Wrath, Roderick?
Wrath of the Flame God. All right. And especially since we know what Genshi Tensen does, this gives more context to this card, I guess. Wrath of the Flame God costs 4 fire. Divinity 2 chant / rune. If you control Genshi Tensen God of Flame, you may pay 1 fire less. Oh, what are we saying? This is Fuji's card right here. You may pay 1 fire less, an additional fire less for each different kind among all dragon emblem you control to play this card. Destroy target non-magic stone entity. I mean, it straight up blows something up. And if
It's
you
a
control,
1 cost at like
actually, it
at
could be
best.
free because you have 3 dragon emblems:
Oh,
fire,
yeah.
water, vermilion. Then you have Genshi Tensen. So if you are doing the full effect, then this card is free in terms of will. Just blow something up.
It's a non-magic stone entity,
Yeah.
but it's not a goddamn quick cast.
No, I do not want you quick-casting for free, killing my J ruler.
I mean, there's not much to say about the card other than
It's good.
yeah.
Fuji.
Really, once you get Genshi Tensen on the field, technically it becomes 2 because you're gonna enter. Well, if you're playing
It'll be
Fuji, it
one.
becomes 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bonus 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like with Fuji, you play Genshi, and then you pretty much will always like play this like the next turn or that same
Well,
turn.
yeah, actually, it'd be at least 2 because let's say they kill him. They're like, well, I don't want Genshi on the field.
Yeah.
He needs to die. And it's like, all right, well, this is still going to cost me 2 to just delete something.
Yeah.
Since emblems stay forever, and then if you ever get down the dragon,
There's
wait,
gonna-
no, because there's something with the wording that I never got figured out. Do you have to control Genshi to have the cost reduction overall?
Actually, you might have to. But
Because the wording it says an additional.
you
like
may
I
pay
said-
1 fire less, and it's a complete sentence.
Yeah, since there's complete sense and it says an additional instead of just this. Each of these reduces it by 1. Is how I would have
So I
phrased
think
it.
you would have to have Genshi because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
kind of makes sense because all the other runes require their main card being
Yeah.
on board,
Mm-hmm.
like Alice or Odin or whatever.
But
So that makes
besides,
sense.
but even so, like you can always just play another Genshi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Also, like
you're probably gonna be
I
playing.
found it
4.
kind of weird. Like so, all the references to like certain emblems only say you have to control one.
Mm-hmm.
Do
What happens if you
Com-
control multiple?
yeah, I was just like you just like you played another Genshi. Genshi doesn't say if you don't control this one, gain this one. Like it's just like Genshi just says you gain another one. I guess like until like the CR says you can only control one of them. Like I guess you're just gonna have like 4 at
Then
some
you
point.
call out your opponent for not keeping track of their emblems.
I'll totally do that. I was
Well,
just
here's
like,
the question: where the emblems go? Are they going to go to the item area?
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
I would say
gems.
if something doesn't specify, just put it in the item area.
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
Now you have another thing to call your opponent out on.
judge my opponent has an astral counter on his J roller.
I have an astral counter on my Moon Edition. Why is it astral? Why not?
But again, just pretty much just another solid rune.
Yeah.
Again, a lot
It's better than some of the other runes that he's gotten, so
It's better than the Machina rune. A lot of shit's gonna be better than that fucking Machina rune.
Yeah,
So
it was so
bad.
close to being good, but it was not.
and
So-
then they arrived in like, oh yeah, we forgot the quick cast.
So I guess I'll go over our second to last card, so Sam gets the glory of talk about Loki first. So Neo Ragnarok, 2 blue, 7 void, Divinity Infinity. That kind of sounds good. Divinity Infinity. So chant rune. You may pay 7 less to play this card from your rune area. Note that it doesn't specify you have to have a certain card on the board. It just says 7 less from the
Well,
rune
we all know that you
area.
can't play it from your rune deck unless you have a very specific card.
Yeah. You may put any number of giant resonators with different names from outside of the game into the field.
So as of right now, I'm just gonna assume that we're gonna get a green
And a black.
and a black one. So I just want to take a moment. So I imagine Roderick also did this. I didn't ask him, but me and Hoel also looked at the other colors from Valhalla.
I did.
I would imagine you would. But so green, I'm not 100% sure how that enter is gonna work. But part of me kind of wants to see it just have a Fairs command.
Plus 1,000 to board and untap.
But only on enter. I want his discard to not be that because that would be way overpowered.
Have it like 500 on enter.
Yeah. But I could see him just like I would like it if it was like enter +2/+2 to the end of your next turn, or I don't know how they would phrase
At the
it.
beginning of your next turn. I don't know.
Yeah, because I want just say like enter, like everything on the board gains flying, and it just keeps it.
Wow, I just found out something cool. So you notice how we've gotten 3 giants so far from this set. We've gotten Abroga, Surtur, and Belgmir. Well, they're the exact same stat lines as their OG Valhalla counterparts.
And the abilities are almost the same. Like they all have the same burial from 4 cost or less. Barrier.
They'll have burgers.
Stupid me. Burgers are great. I'm gonna have one later. Why not? No, America. So yeah, that I find is really cool. But the black one, I think I'm pretty certain I know how it's gonna work. It's gonna be your opponent must attack with all J/resonators that can attack.
And this looks just like the card art that we saw before, with the fate, the thing towering
Yeah,
above.
that's 100% him.
Yeah.
And I can't
Well,
wait.
they're all the same giants.
12,
aren't they?
18.
Utgarda Loki.
Yeah.
They're probably just going to call it Utgarda.
Yeah. So he is going to be 12, 18, and it's just going to be like, your opponent must attack if able, and they must attack him if able. So I can just block your
geez.
first one, and I'm just like, now you have to attack my 12, 18. I don't give a crap if he dies. He's a 12, 18. He's going to kill whatever. It's just like Arthur.
Oh yeah.
He
Jesus
was a
Christ.
12-20 if you tapped him with
Yeah.
his ability. But he's just naturally 12-18, so he's probably just gonna live. You untap, you swing it for 12, and you just have fun.
Man, I wish we had Arthur back in the format. I liked Arthur.
And then you're
What are you looking at?
other
The green
resonators
one?
gain +1/+1 for each resonator in your field. I mean, if you just want to just blow up everybody.
Shimimi, discard. Play 3, discard, like, oh, I have 4 things, like, everything gains +4/+4. Swing. Game.
That's
It's 6, that's +16 stats in total.
man. This Neo Ragnarok's gonna be so fucking good.
But yeah, I cannot wait to just be like, hey, pay 2 mana, reveal 5 different cards, 5 different 7-cost cards, put them onto my board, pass.
Just imagine playing an Origin and you just put your whole sideboard into the
Yeah,
field.
that's
Oh,
what I was
yeah.
like. I was like, in Origins, I'm just gonna you punch your sideboard, you put it all on the board, and then you just go pass, and then you just kind of go. If I don't
You
have
don't
a board
pass,
wipe,
you swing with one of the asserters first, then you pass.
right?
Man, I was really hoping that we could talk about what Divinity Infinity would mean, but sadly this morning we got the
So I was
answer.
right. I was 100% right, and I'm happy that it was that. Moving on to the actual card, we have Loki, a resonator named Perfect Loki. Is 1 blue, 1 darkness. Is an 8/100. Poor defense, but quick cast. Why does it have quick cast? I don't know. It just does. It's kind of funny.
No, there's a very good reason.
I mean,
why
there's a
it's-
reason, but
very
it's-
good reason.
Like,
Also, I like how they've kept the theme with Loki. This is the 3rd Loki card so far that gains +100 defense for each card in your graveyard, I believe.
yeah. So yeah, he gains +100 for every single card in your graveyard. Yeah, because I remember you can pull up the there's Valhalla.
Yeah, there's
Or not, Vingo.
Vingolf. Yeah, there's Vingolf 3. He literally says,
He's a 5/1, I think.
I thought it was an 8/1. Let me find out. It might be 5/1.
Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna continue. So his enter J/resonators your opponent controls gain 0/-X100. So only defense until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. So if you have 10, he's an 8/11 that on enter says all of your opponent's J/resonators get -10 defense, which is great for just wiping boards. And that's
So
the only
good.
reason why he has quick ass. Anyway, so moving on, as your J ruler enters the field, if it's Loki the Witch of Chaos, and you spent Darkness to do Judgment, you may reveal this card from your hand. Put it into the field on top of your J ruler. If you do, this card becomes a J ruler and gains imperishable. Divinity Infinity, enter, look at the top 10 cards of your deck. Put one from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. And once per turn, you may play cards from your graveyard.
So good.
I'm glad it didn't say play them from your grave without paying their cost.
Oh my god, just one free card from the grave.
So yeah, let's make that very clear right now. You still have to pay cost for that card in the
Why
graveyard.
couldn't it just be like Gilapis 2.0?
Just rip
I can
something
play-
from anyone's grave.
Yeah, my grave, your
That would
grave,
be
everyone's grave.
spicy.
I mean, his, I think it was only your opponent's RFG, but still, like I can play from any
I
player's
love
grave.
that card so much.
Man,
I
you're
love
like,
Guild 2.0.
you could be like,
Remember when they barricade
I
it
play-
for like 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Which is great. I was so happy about that, definitely.
just play your opponent's Severing Winds. So good.
So, because of Fenrir, you have Fenrir in hand,
Yeah.
you RFG him, pay 2 water, Judgment. Reveal this, have like a few cards in grave, and about to add +9 to grave. You have Divinity Infinity, so you can finally play that chant. The chant room that we just got.
Yeah.
Woo. And then, yeah, you just kind of win the game. Like I see no downside. It has imperishable. But the only bad part about this deck is until we get a CR update, we don't know how the heck this thing works if it dies.
Yep, we can only assume.
I'm hoping that it kind of just like flips.
Like it keeps it.
And it keeps
I highly
Loki.
doubt it, but then at the same point, it's just like, if there's no new CR, it's kind of whatever you want at that point, just because we don't know what it does, how it works
Yeah.
at least.
It's just a solid card. Even as a resonator, it's just solid.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, because like I like cards whenever they're like mid-rangey, but can work really, really well late game. Well, late game you play this, you can wipe their board, and now you have a 800 attack thing that has enough defense that they have to like RFG it, cancel, like
Yeah.
kill it, and they cannot get rid of its defense.
Like all you need to do is play the rune that mills the top 10 cards.
Yeah, it was like middle top. So you play Harvest to middle top 10. You get him on the board.
That's
And like
automatically a minus 10.
even if they kill it and this thing goes to grave, you just bring it back with like
March.
March.
Yeah.
I was about to say like March. You play double March. You get 2 of these out, and then you just like pass.
That's minus 20.
That's
Or
that's
yeah.
so
Like if
Harvest
It's
by
minus
itself.
a lot.
yeah.
If you have Harvest plus like 20, like 10 other cards,
Yeah. That's so.
it's just
much.
like okay, minus 20. Effect resolves. Okay, I have this token that comes onto the board. Minus 20. What are you doing? It dies. Everything dies. Your entire board is gone. Do not talk to me. It is dead. But yeah, so good card in my opinion. It's,
Oh,
I don't know if it's gonna be super competitive, but
Speaking of
I can
crack,
just see this again thrown in the already black blue Loki decks.
yeah, it just makes it better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna try and probably build a deck over the next week using that and whatever else we get.
All you need is perfect Loki, Fenrir, and the new rune.
Yeah.
And then all the giants inside.
I'm still hoping we get another way to produce black. Cause I'm gonna be sad if we don't. If Finra is the only way, I'm gonna be so sad because I can't. If I could use Finra to pay the 1 black for that, I'd be okay with it. Cause he's still RFGing himself.
Well,
Yeah.
we're definitely gonna have to get a way to. Well, I hope a way to pay black. I
Yeah.
can only hope.
You would hope.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so I remember we were talking about on our way here. There isn't precedent. After thinking about it, it says it becomes a J ruler, but it doesn't say that it stops becoming a resonator. Because it doesn't say anything like, oh,
Can
it
you
doesn't
be a
have any
J
more
ruler
tools.
and a resonator?
It doesn't say it doesn't.
No, I'm saying like in the CR does it. I don't see why they would ever reference it or say anything about
What?
it. So I don't like. So
So for example, like
My head
first
hurts.
off, we can only assume that all those enters before this ability, it keeps that as well because it's entering the field. So it's already doing broken stuff before then. But since it's saying like, oh, it doesn't lose any of that text, it's still a resonator, and it's also a J ruler. So where I'm getting at with this, in the CR, we know what happens when resonators die. They go to grave. The only way I could see them getting away with not updating the CR, which would be that would not be fun, first and foremost. That's saying it nicely. The only way they can get away with that is by saying, okay, we know what resonators do when they die. They go to the grave. And it's like, okay, what happens when a J ruler dies? You put it back into the ruler area as a ruler. It has a ruler side, being Loki. You put that back. You put that in the grave.
but then my question becomes: if I RFG a resonator, it gets removed from game. If I target a J ruler to be RFG'd, nothing happens. This is a J ruler resonator. What happens? And that's what I expected.
Have you heard of Schrodinger's cat?
It's just like, oh, we're just because according to the CR, it says if a J ruler would be removed from play,
Yeah,
it
it
does
just-
nothing. That is a J ruler was on top of your Loki.
I hope it just like
So it would do
negates a
nothing.
resonator, and then it's just.
I
fully
imagine it's
becomes-
just gonna. Hopefully, they update the CR and it says if something becomes a J ruler, it is no longer a resonator that has text like that.
Yeah.
And then they also clarify what the heck happens to it. Because I have that it's gonna stay on it. Because I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be like go to grave or. I think it'd be funny if they just said put it back in your hand.
Oh no.
They're not going to, but I'm pretty sure they won't at least. But it'd be funny.
It'll be even better if there's like it just stays.
They're like, oh, it just stays on that side, and you're like, so I can just judgment again, like immediately, and they're like, yeah, sure. I'm like,
Then that
"Great."
means I could just play more of them on the side.
I'm gonna be honest. Rereading that right now, I just realized the fact that it says put the rest to grave. I did not. I thought it was just put them on the bottom of your deck. So
Oh yeah,
forget harvest. Like after I judgment,
that's already like main card.
like okay, look at 10 cards. Add one that's not Fenrir to hand. Discard all my Fenrirs. Put my Fenrirs onto the board. Pass, because I can't swing yet.
Yeah. We already fucking nuking board for hell.
But even just like 1 14 plus like an 8 10 minimum, like probably closer to like 15 to 16
Yeah.
at this point. Like,
it's just.
I mean, I'm sad that Evil Elemental Uprising destroys this, but
But
once that rotates,
I was about to say when that rotates out, there's fucking no holds bar, man.
then all we have is Ritual. What's the card called?
Burial rights?
Barrier Rights. I was close. Barrier Rights, but that only removes resonators. So all your chants and your additions still stay there. They can't stop it.
Yeah, so it's like all your altars, your severing blades.
Yep.
Just all the random chants you'll
Representation
have as a black blue deck. Probably a few Keys' calls here and there. I don't know. But still, just it's decent. So I could see it if you do get like all your resonators removed, it being like an 8.5, 8.6 on average. You'll probably have like a few, like at least like 4 chants and additions engraved.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say most commonly it's going to be like an 8, 10. So it'd be pretty much just like what Loki is right now. But still, good stuff. Good stuff. No doubt.
Man, it's so happy that this next set would be really good, but it's so scary that we don't know what's gonna happen.
We're playing with the unknown, boys.
Pretty much.
Well, okay, not necessarily the unknown, because I there's something I know for a fact. Shit's gonna go real fast. Like, it's like you're broken. Even Blue's broken. Like, you know, if they find a way to break Blue, that isn't time spending, which we found some things we probably shouldn't have. You know, it's just crazy. Is there any of these cards I want to touch on more?
Yeah, that's all the spoilers we've gotten since our last
I'm
podcast.
trying to think of if there's any cards that I know that I think it's funny that people are starting to bring up like all the blue additions, like the useless one we got that was like
The
shuffled.
runes or whatever.
Yeah, the one that can reset a field.
Yeah,
Oh,
Once
yeah.
it
field.
hits 5 counters.
It's like once you hit 5 counters, so you just play Machina, you take all of its counters. It's just a +1 counter every single turn.
Oh yeah, that
Or
is
your
true.
turn. So yeah, you just sit there and then you're just kind of waiting. He's like, okay, now play this. Remove 4 immediately. It's like, hey, look at that. I didn't reset the board. And then at any point in
I'm
time,
already
you
at
can
8.
just...
I'm already at 8 counters.
And right before it dies, you just like put some on there. And then you're like, hey, like it's going to blow up the next turn. Because I got nothing on my board, so what do I care?
I would like to destroy that resonator, but I also don't want to just waste my 5 counters on resetting the board on that one resonator. Oh, look, I'm just hit him with the final act and remove one of those counters just to destroy it, and then gain that counter back at end of turn.
Well, I want to see something.
That's like the only thing I could think of that's a nice combo with final act. And you can destroy moon editions with that if that makes you feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, like the only combo I really saw was like the whole entire like Arthur, like removing all of its names, but that's not, it's not quick cast, which I hate.
No, it's not.
Missing that quick cast was such a miss.
It's like another good thing I could see about Final Act is it's a not free ping, but to remove a 0.
Wait, going back for a second. So, if Loki dies and he flips back over, he's 10 Divinity. You have a room with Divinity Infinity on it?
How do you play from there?
So I do think there's precedent for that. I can't remember where I read this, and it could be wrong, but I believe a difference in divinity between the ruler and J ruler, like anything that's already revealed, it stays.
Okay.
It's just that you're over cost and you still can't play any other runes. So I guess an unfortunate situation would be if you flipped over Neo Ragnarok and
That's the first rune
that's
you
the
played.
rune you played, and then somehow it dies. You flip back. That's gonna be a big yikes until you flip again. But I don't think that's gonna be that much of a problem.
Oh man,
Nah,
I
dude, if
play
you're
so
bringing
you
out,
play
like-
4 runes that like add up to like 9 or 10, then you just play an Infinity rune. So you don't have to get to it, but if you get to it, it's something about to happen.
Dude, just that Infinity Runes. Just like,
I'm telling you, when I saw that, I was like, Loki, Infinity. He has a Tesseract. Just play the Avengers music.
Infinite.
Also, I would
power.
like to point out that the Black Loki from Vingo 3 has the same silhouette as this Loki. The color palette is inverted, though. Let's see. Well, I think I closed out of him. Yeah, I closed out the thing. Cool.
Nice.
you know what I'm sad about Loki? That like we didn't get a Valentina in this. Like I would like to see like
No, you
perfect-
can get Valentina in that cluster.
perfect Loki, but in Valentina's body.
No, No.
I mean,
that wouldn't make
the
sense.
the other gods are bringing in random ass characters.
They were there already.
He's got
Just
a
bring in
point.
one more character.
No. Valentina was supposed to be like gone forever.
See this?
You can have her back in Ataraxia.
You see the kind of cresting is bigger here but smaller here, but then you got like the black on the right side of the face. He has the cape, so it's hard to see.
Told you 5-1.
It is 5-1.
Told you.
Got the spear. The magnificent hairstyle,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Got that going on. Yeah, except this is a myth, and that's a high god. I don't know why he's a myth.
He is miss.
So you could cheat him in with Swinimus.
Wow, I paid one more to play him.
Oh,
But you get a stone, possibly.
Yeah,
I
you know how else I could get a stone?
So it's not just
By
a
playing
three-pass?
Izanagi instead.
Or Susanoo.
Yeah. Or
Just
32.
any other better myth.
3,200
Yeah.
damage.
also Red Boy, you know?
No.
Yeah. I like Red Boy. His design.
Susanoo's better.
It is, but I didn't say that I wouldn't play Red Boy either. I'll just flash in Welser with Red Green before I do that, so that way I can just go the fuck ham.
You guys remember how many spoilers we've had so far this set?
I
It's
can
a
find
little
out.
bit over 30, I think.
So we got
I can find out the English number.
Yeah. Tell me the
Okay.
English number, and I think it's like 3 or 4 we're missing from English. So it's not too many.
so we got
like
like I don't know, like 15 left or something like that.
I bet 27 we've seen so far. Ha! 27. On point. Yeah.
Have they updated?
Yeah. With Loki?
Why is yours backwards compared to mine?
Okay, Loki isn't on here, so it's 28.
Okay, so we got 28
Loki
English
and then the
cards.
other one?
Yeah, okay, 29.
So 29. So it was like right around 30. So then you had like 3 more. So we're at like 32.
Yeah.
So we got like another like week and a half. Which kind of makes sense.
So hopefully we get dual stones revealed in that time.
We still haven't seen those people with the stones on their artwork.
Oh, we have not seen
Nope.
those people.
So I'm still firmly believe that they're going to somehow interact with like basics. I don't know how.
What if they're just one cost mana dorks?
No, I can see like I still think that it's gonna be like a 1-cost chant, rest, target Mimi tribe, get a fire, basic stone from your stone deck onto the board. Like that's a fair card.
Yeah, so you'll pay 1 wind stone and then tap your ruler.
Yeah,
Pretty
or
much.
you can, or you play you go energize, you go tap your stone, play Mimi tribe, eagle me, remove energize, play this thing, rest her, put down stone, pass. Turn 1 out, you got 2 stones. But it's a red stone, so I can't really do much with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to focus on red. But yeah,
But that means you just now pull out your Shiva.
the only part that I
easily.
don't really like is like one of them is pretty much looks like a certain Lucifer or Satan or some type of thing around there, and I don't want the mana ramping. Lila already mana ramps. I'm already not liking this.
Oh, you're talking about the one the
Everyone
like,
calls
fallen
Aliceris.
angel looking guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, that's Aliceris, and then
It pretty
we
much
got the
looks like them.
other one that everyone calls Ballista, and we don't know who the other.
Angel
are?
looking person are some chick
Also,
that
2
looks
of them
like
have red
Fierica.
stones.
I mean yeah. Well,
Chimimi
Satan
ones.
red black and then
Chimimi.
red green.
Oh yeah, we do have the Chimimi holding up the redstone, right?
Yeah. There's this random ass like Mimi driver is just like, here's a redstone, and you're
It's
like,
a
oh, thank you.
Big fat chunk of rock.
And we got like
I found Pretty Rock.
we got the one that you kept on calling the gem finder.
Oh, yeah.
Fierica looking
Yeah.
one. She's in Egypt. Like, wow, I found this light stone. I wonder what it's for.
I just like, thank you.
And watch it just be random
Yeah,
gem
no, I
support.
thought it was like I've been looking for that.
Eats it,
Yeah.
Now produces moons.
devours the gods, so devours the stones.
Just
and you're
imagine
like,
how the interaction went. Ice is like, dang it, we're gonna lose. Naruto's like, oh really? Who's y'all's god? Attuned, but he's asleep right now. Does he do
I'll just
anything?
eat him.
Not really. I'll be right back. Hey, you fat son of a gun, wake up. Who? Hey, come here real quick. I gotta tell you something. What? Die. Eats him. Comes back. So where's the enemy? What the heck did you do? Don't worry about it. Hey, so I got all these moons, and I'm feeling really strong.
So I want to ask, Do you think the 9 moons is an Egyptian thing that we just don't know, or is it? Do you think it's the 9 tails of the fox?
So that's why I was thinking. I'm like, why
Hold
does she
up.
have 9 tails? How did she go from being
Nine.
an old one to a fox or wolf to a human to back to an old one while still being a wolf to non-existent, then comes back as an old one wolf, and now is like a 9-tailed Egyptian.
All along, the 9 tails in
Uh.
Asian mythology was actually just the power of an Egyptian god put into a little tiny girl. All along, we never knew.
I mean,
know,
if
guys.
anything, there's the 9 main Egyptian deities.
Okay, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw something to do with Egyptian stuff that I just don't know about. But I do like the fact that 9 tails is also there.
What is this?
I wonder if that was planned. Like both the.
Apparently, Atum was both male and female
Ooh.
and created Shu, and someone named Tefan.
I don't know that name.
I ain't gonna read the rest of that because that's pretty raunchy. But let's just say Atum made Shu and somebody else.
Yeah. It's things of that nature that it's gonna be an interesting set, and I really hope we get some form of dual stones. I just need something.
Because it's like a lot of these dual resonators are really good, but it's
And they're all
just-
high gods.
They're all high gods, but what like you just need some way of consistently getting out these dual stones or the dual colors needed.
Yeah.
Be it through like tutors or actual dual stones or fucking additions, some bullshit additions you could spam out.
Huh. So apparently Isis, Osiris, and Set are siblings and are the great grandchildren of Atum and are grandchildren of Shu. So according
Nope,
to this,
nope. We're skipping over this. Nope. I already know where this is leading to. It's definitely Egyptian. This is a very Egyptian thing to do.
I guess so. But yeah, apparently
Or ancient
Shu
Egypt.
is
Yeah, I was
Isis's
gonna say, that's
granddad. So, which I guess makes sense. Just like, hey, granddad, I need some help. These people are being mean to me. You want me to just blow them up?
Yes.
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
Sand up people. Oh man.
Yeah, but I guess the best thing to relate to would be the 9 gods or
Yeah,
whatever.
9 gods,
The
and then we got the 9 tailed
main
fox,
gods.
and when you put them together, you're like, yes.
9
a
moons.
510. Sorry, a 542.
I feel like we're skipping out on a lot of Naruto references as well. Also known as Boruto's dad. The Lost Legacy.
I still can't believe someone was like, man, they should totally make a show about Boruto's dad.
That has to be a joke.
I hope it's a
refuse to
fucking joke.
believe that someone out there was just like, yeah, I definitely have never heard of Naruto, but I've definitely heard of Boruto. Like Naruto is so much like more well known.
I hope so. But I think that pretty much rounds up all of our spoilers for
Yeah.
this week.
For this week.
Oh my god. Hopefully we get like another 10 by next week. So we could just talk about. Sadly, there wasn't too much crazy jank that we
Yeah.
could play around
There's a
with.
couple things. I'm glad that we're finally seeing like Perfect Loki. We finally saw Fuji's, God, High God.
Yeah, Genshi.
We're seeing one more of the Giants, so we only got 2 more left. Presuming that they do 5. It only makes sense since it's actually on the card.
I feel like just the most jank that we have. Straightforward jank would be Narthotep. Crazy jank would be Genshi. But he combos with a whole bunch of other cards for more jank.
Game ending jank is Brunhild and Odin.
Oh,
like the
yeah.
moment Odin hits the field, if you're like, I have no response, just go to game 2. Just go to game 2.
What other jank? We need to see how perfect Loki works so we could gauge the jankness of that.
I also love how so many of these different cards are like, hey guys, just reveal it from out of the game, like in your sideboard. And then Loki's just like, yeah, I do the same thing, except for me. I have to be in your hand. Every other card is just like, oh yeah, like just reveal me from your side deck. It doesn't matter. But not Loki.
Yeah.
Well, Haroon. Haroon is what is like from.
Oh yeah, no, I said that. It was like Loki does things with that, but her itself.
Do you know? I'm saying that. Beware. Oh, as my opponent, as your opponent, like they have no way of interacting with that. At least now, if they wanted to stop you from doing that, they used hand control or something like that, they could at least attempt to stop you from doing that.
Until I just got in response, I play one, and then they're like, ah.
I think I would rather you play it from hand as a resonator than let you flip into that J ruler and get all that bullshit.
But what's to happen when you go, oh, I'll just play Glint of Insight.
Just
and I play one from hand, and you're like, he, like, the likelihood of him having a second one. And I just put my second one, and then, like, I reveal my hand, put the second one down, and I'm like, aha. You're like, oh, no.
Man, I honestly think Perfect Loki's, like, the best card to call. Or not the best card, but, like, the easiest card to call with Insight, because you're like, Perfect Loki, not Loki the perfect something.
But also, it's like one of those things where if I draw into Loki, there's, one discarding card that can quick cast the Loki's Insight.
Yeah, we were talking
about
that.
Every other thing is main phase. Mm-hmm. So if I draw into it,
that's what I was saying. The mirror match between Loki's would be so interesting because it's like, all right, game 2, side into Loki's Insight. Like, I think they're going to flip. Before recovery, Loki's Insight. They're like, I see what you're doing. So in response, I'm a Loki's Insight. It's like, it's going to be like this, huh? Rip Loki's out of hand, rip Loki's out of hand. You're like, all right, looks like I'm back to zero.
No. You see, I'll play it first to make sure that they don't have mana for it.
Yeah.
I'll just rip out their Loki Insights.
Jeez.
Now you see Loki and Loki's Insight. You're like, fix that problem.
I think they just fucking slide in Glints and just call Loki's Insight.
But that's if they can produce black.
Yeah, but they're probably going to be playing black-blue build, so it's going to be 6 black.
But
And
it's
then you're going to see
consistent.
that one guy running Lich who's just cycling through Liches, just going...
Dude, that Lich turbo, it could be like, I can see Lich turn into like a fucking turbo discard.
Oh yeah, 100%. You go
that's
turn
funny.
1, I'm going to force you to
Lucifer's
discard a
supposed to be the
card.
discard engine. Lich is supposed to be the resurrection engine, but their roles are...
So you go turn 1, you play the addition, they discard. You also play the rune that makes them randomly discard something. Or they choose to. I forget which way. The Fallen Tears, or Fallen...
Tears of the Fallen.
Tears of the Fallen.
Yeah.
So they discard 2 so far. They draw for turn. Goes to your turn. I don't know.
You can play Alter. I don't know.
You play Alter, you play another one of the additions. Oh, no, you go Layla, then you play another one of the additions. So they have to discard another one. So 2 down. They draw a card. Your turn. Then you go Lich.
Yeah, because you go Lich, give him Power of Immortality. Obviously, swing first, sack him. Since
I'm talking about on turn 3. I'm not even gonna swim with Power of Immortality because I can't. I'm just gonna start like being like, okay, now you're down 4 cards in total. And then once I get my Athene online, however I'm gonna do that. Once I get my Athene online, then I just start topping for will, and this is like my one cost additions were like for free all along.
I hope we see Athenia next week or this coming week. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Next podcast.
That'd be nice.
Because it's like, I want to see... I hope she's a 2 cost.
I have a feeling she's going to be a 2 cost.
Yes, Sam.
Because most of these high gods have been like, what, 2 or 3 costs?
Because I really feel like it's made to be like turn 1 you play addition, turn 2 you play her, turn 3 you play him. Like, is what I'm going to assume that they're trying to make you think about doing.
Just play Curve Stone.
Yeah. And what's she going to do? I don't know. There's so many different possibilities. Honestly, it's going to have something to do with harvest and corrupt. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how long we've been doing this podcast, but I think it's about time to round it up.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we were able to talk about our jank in between each card. So, I mean, and most of it really ain't jank. It's just straight up, here's how you use this card, and here's how you kill people with it. The only jank that I could think of on my part is, like, Minerva's a good card for the Isis if you're going up against things that can just consistently obliterate your board. Now, they could obliterate your board on their turn, but at least during your turn, you have some safety. I have a feel like I'm going to have to tech in some miscalcs against certain decks. I have that option now. Soul Resonance is good if you want to do Surtur spam. Black is still good in that deck, so you just go red, black, white, and you... So far, that's honestly probably the most consistent color fixing option we've seen so far is the Isis build.
Yeah.
Because she spams out her fucking mana.
She ramps and she has a consistent way. She just needs one thing on board. and she can just start producing well.
And really, the black is there to just make sure you can keep the ISIS on field. So like I said, Commander Life and Death. So every time, so that way when they keep killing her, you keep bringing it back. In testing, honestly, the hardest thing I found was actually getting to the ISIS to be in your hand. Because there were a couple of games where she was just non-existent. I didn't see her at all. And so I was just sitting here like, guess I'm playing a normal deck then. Fine, fuck it.
Just playing normal aggro.
Yeah. Other than that, SR consistent option, which is why I have a feeling we're going to see some sort of multicolor option that's consistent for all the, at least the new Valhalla rulers. I don't know if I want to see that bleed into the Rhea cluster rulers. Man, that's all. No, just no. That'd be crazy.
So I guess this is goodbye from WLTCG. My name's Hoel, not Sam. His name is also not Sam.
I am not Sam, the darker version.
And this guy
is probably
maybe
Sam.
Yes.
Maybe might be
Yes.
Sam.
Very Sam. Yes.
But yeah, with that said, we will catch y'all next time. And as we develop more jank stuff, because I have a list of stuff to do.
Yeah, I just wish this week was more jank and not so straightforward.
Also,
No,
like
I
the
like
fact they're
straightforward.
I like the
Yeah.
fact they're straightforward. That lets me get to the jank faster. Yeah.